Questions?
Tom, just off the bat, what most disappointed you tonight?
That we didn't play for 48 minutes. And, the start of the second quarter, we didn't play well. We had a lead. Didn't play tough with the lead. Came out to start the third. Didn't play well there. You can't afford to do that.
Tom, when they have Drew Holiday on Cat, what ways can you take advantage of it, and why didn't you guys not?
Well, because you got Cornette on the backside coming on the double.
And Cat only has 2 3-pointers for this whole series. Why has he had trouble getting off?
Well, they're staying with him. They're playing small, so they're up on him. And he was in foul trouble.
Tom, what did you see from Derek White in the first quarter that allowed him to kind of?
Yeah, he got space. He great shooter. Can't give him that type of space.
Tom, you talked about the way the guys came out at the start of the second, third quarter. I know you had warned this morning that you kind of expected what the Celtics were going to bring. Do you kind of feel like there was any let up of we're up 3-1?
Well, yeah, I knew the type of aggression that would be involved in this game, and so I think you got to understand that, and it's a battle on every possession.
Tom, start of the third quarter, they go on that run. You left your starters in for the first 8 and a half minutes of the period. Why did you decide to keep rolling with them? And
just searching.
Tom, OG's had a few rough shooting performances in this series. Just how much does that impact the offense when he has quiet nights like that?
Well, I think that the big thing is we got to get stops. Like the first half, we scored fine. And Cat was in foul trouble for a good chunk of it, and so. But we scored 59. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the defense. And then to start the third, we got in a hole. We were trying to get on track, but you got to get some stops so you can get into the open floor. And so I thought that probably hurt us as well.
Tom, I'm curious whether I think a lot of fans or just the average person from the outside looks in and says Tatum's not there. The way that a team maybe moves the ball without a star player there, how fundamentally different is it just to stay on top of things and to be mindful of the ball movement the way that a team can do that when someone's not there?
Well, that doesn't change stylistically, like in terms of they have a lot of shooting on the floor, so that's going to remain the same. And I think the thing about their team is they're a great defensive team as well. So we have to understand that we can't be slow getting back, and you can't give open shots to them. And so we got to be tougher with our closeouts and taking airspace away, and we got to be better with our communication.
Yeah, Tom, you mentioned it a little bit there. The issues picking up guys in transition, especially the threes they got off in transition. What do you think lead to that?
Yeah, and again, so I think it's twofold. I think it's the commitment to sprint back and then communicate to make sure that we understand what's going on, and we can't have any personal dilemmas of if you're missing a shot or it's not going well for you offensively, that you're jogging back. You got to sprint back, you got to communicate, and we got to be matched up. If one guy's slow, you're going to give him an open shot. You can't do that against this team.
Tom, the third quarter, they took 18 free throws. Did you think the game got called differently at all in that third?
Nah, it was one of those games. I mean, we had 40. They had a lot as well. So it's like it was a choppy game. But I think that was also reflective of the aggression. I think that you saw Josh's layup. Yeah, I knew it was going to be that type of game.
Kind of with that, Jalen had 5 of his 6 fouls in the third. Obviously, that's unique. But you started the fourth. Was that just trying to get a little bit of something going?
Yeah, I just felt like the game was like if we were going to have a chance, it was going to be right there. Yep.
Jalen, just out of curiosity, what disappointed you most tonight about the performance?
A lot. A lot. Just I'm not even going to explain it. Just a lot.
Tibbs talked about the transition defense and lack of communication. That's something that comes up, it feels like, every other game, every 2 games. Why do you think that fluctuates so much amongst this group?
I'm not sure why. it's just paying attention to details when it comes to preparing for games, making sure our minds are, our heads are right, and we're locked in on a similar goal. And that's what we need in order to beat a team like this. It's a very good team, regardless of who's out there.
You guys are tied up at halftime. How did you think the team came out to start in the second half?
Not that good, obviously. Just 32-17 in the third, and they came out with a sense of urgency that we need.
Jalen, what about the third quarter? I mean, have you ever gotten 5 fouls in a quarter like that? And
5 fouls in 1 quarter.
yeah,
I don't know what you want me to say to that.
I mean, just how crazy was the quarter? I mean, I guess.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jalen, that third, you guys obviously got off to a slow start there. The starters in the series, I know coming into tonight, the starters were minus 22 in the series. Why do you think it is that the starters have kind of struggled, not just necessarily in this series, but maybe comparatively to where you were at the start of the year in maybe the last month or 2 months or so?
As a group, you say we're minus 22
Coming into tonight, you were minus 22 in this series.
in this series.
Yeah.
Well, first, let's talk about who we're playing. We're talking about the Celtics, defending champs, a team with a lot of experience, a team that just, I mean, obviously we've seen what they've been able to do over the past couple of years. Obviously winning last year and what they've been able to do before that. So we're playing a really good team, and so obviously we don't want to be minus 22 coming into tonight, but we got to understand who we're facing, and we need to be better, flat out. That's what that means.
Jalen, we've talked about this on a few different occasions, but Cat only having 2 3-point attempts in this series, and some of it, I'd say a large part of it, is how they're guarding him. Are there ways to, as a collective, figure out ways to get that going? Is there ways that you guys have encouraged him to be more assertive in that way? How do you guys unlock that a little bit more consistently as a group?
I think as a group, we need to obviously trust each other. I need to trust everyone out there, knowing when to attack and when to set the table. I think the biggest part of that is obviously knowing how they're defending and how can we attack that. And so if they're going to put a smaller guy on them, we need to feed them in the post. They haven't put a bigger guy on them. And so just we need to attack accordingly. And him being aggressive gives us a great advantage.
Jalen, I'm curious. You were really candid with us after Game 3, saying that maybe it was kind of a subconscious thing about a satisfaction level. Is there any of that at all that happens or can happen just in light of Tatum's injury and just the Celtics are a great group, no questions asked. But as far as are they a little bit lesser of a group perception-wise? Does that factor in at all? Is that something that the team thinks or feels at any point?
No, not at all. Yes, they're missing a big piece, but like I said before, I mean, they're a team, a well-oiled machine that has been in situations where they play without him, and they played well, and we need to understand that, and we need to, trust the game plan and play accordingly. It's that simple.
Thank you.